Hello guys, this is Kuneze Word, and in here we talk about all this faith, relationship, lifestyle, and motherhood. Guys, do you know that sometimes it's very difficult for us as human to put God first in everything that we do. Like we tend to feel like I don't think I need God's opinion in this aspect of my life. I don't think I need God's opinion in this other part of my life. Like, so we feel like there's some certain things in our life that definitely we don't need God's opinion. Like we got it. We're gonna do it our own way, we're gonna do it ourselves. God will understand. Like, God, don't worry, I got this one. I don't want to bother you with this situation. Most times I feel like that is what we always have at the back of our mind. But as believers, is that good? Is that good? Because let's just think about it like this. Like, in this life, like, there are so many things that we need to be careful of, right? And making a mistake, it can even damage. It can damage our lives. It can damage our relationship with God. It can damage even our families. Our decisions can have a huge effect on our families. So now, why should I put God first in this aspect of my life? Oh, I'm about to get married to this person. Why should I see God's face about the person? Like, we've known each other for like years. I don't think it's necessary to ask God for permission or um confirmation. I mean, he's a nice guy, he's a nice girl. I think he's perfect, and I think he loves God, she loves God. But one thing that we fail to realize is that when we ask him, there's some hidden secret that we are not even aware of, that he will definitely show it to us. Now, don't get me wrong. For example, I'm going to use an example. There's some girl, for example, there's a girl that waiting on maybe a girl that maybe might have issues, having a child early. So God sees everything. The Bible says that is the beginning and the end. So he knows everything already, right? So now there's a girl that there may be some girls that God already know that, okay, this girl will wait when it comes to giving birth to a child, right? And maybe a man that wants to marry that kind of a girl. And God definitely will not give you somebody that he will not want to give you somebody that he knows that you will have issues with. The divorce will be an option, right? So God by himself will not think about, like, oh, this girl will wait. She will wait for like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Remember the years that God wants that person to wait, so that he can wait, he can group that person, can make that person to be ready to actually nurture a child, right? So now, you as a man, God knows that you as a man, he knows you don't have that patience. God knows that you will not be able to wait for that woman, which means that you may end up cheating on her, or you may end up kicking her out, or you may end up getting another wife or something like that. So God sees everything, and because of that, God want to stop you from marrying that person. And how do you want to do that confirmation as a man? How? So the only way you can do it is actually bringing it to God and getting His word about that particular marriage. So when God says, like, I always tell girls something like, we want to pray about a partner, and God tells you, don't marry this person. It's not because that person is bad. No, that person it might be one of the sweetest person you have ever met in your life, but it's just that there is something that about that particular person that God feel like you're not the right person for that particular assignment. That is the truth. So you will say, oh, you cannot marry this person. So God knows that definitely that you cannot marry this person. It's not because that person is a bad girl, or the girl is a bad girl or a bad boy. No, but because he knows that no. He knows that in his mind, this guy is not the right person for the girl. So that is why God always said, no, you want to marry. I remember there was one guy that wanted to get married to me a long time ago, and he was talking to me. I was really excited about it because of the circumstance. The mom likes me and stuff. So I was really so excited about the man. But I was scared to pray, because I was scared that if I pray about him, what if God tells me don't marry him? What if God says no? So I was scared. I'm very skeptical to pray about it. Oh God. And because I do know myself that I love God and I want to do everything about my life in his hand. So because I do know that, I had no choice than to still go back to him to pray. Even though I had the fear of him saying, no, don't marry him. I had that fear. And guess what? When I prayed, yes, God said, no, don't marry him. And he gave me the reasons why I shouldn't, right? Then I had to back up from that relationship. That's how God works. So sometimes when he says no to something that we are saying yes to, he has his reason. The Bible says that he sees all things. You know that he's omnipotent, omniscience. He's great. He's the greatest of all. So he knows every single thing, that every darkest secret of me. He knows everything. My pastor was saying something one day. He said that you know that somebody is your best friend, but you don't know if that person is actually your best friend. Like you cannot tell what that person's opinion about you is, but you don't know what your opinion about that person is because you see yourself, you know your heart, you know how you feel about somebody, but you don't definitely know how that person feels about you. That is something to think about. So you see why you really need God. See why you cannot do business without putting God into it. You cannot go to school without putting God into it. You cannot go into marriage without putting God into it. So that He can open up your mind, your eyes, open up everything, and give you instructions on how to go about it. Give you order your steps. No, there was part of the Bible that says that, one passage of the Bible that says that He will order the steps of the righteous. So He's always going to order our steps, but He will not just order your steps if we do not put everything into His hand. It becomes a problem. Because if a child doesn't tell you what he or she is going through, how will a parent help? You cannot help, right? The only way a parent can help is if you actually bring it to if the child bring it to you and say, mommy, this is what I'm going through. Then you can use your experiences, you can use life experiences, you can use anything, you can console the child, you can take the child out, you can interfere in that situation. Otherwise, there is nothing you can do. What you can do is limited because you don't have any information about what the child is going through. That is how God is. So when we don't put that's not how God is, because God actually sees everything. He knows everything. But he still wants to come to Him, so that we know that He is there. He wants to come and communicate with Him. Yes, He's there. He knows our heart desires. He knows every single thing that we are going through. He knows what is right for us and what is wrong for us. He still wants us to come to Him because He wants us to have a sweet relationship with Him. Just like a parent to a child, right? When your child is talking to you, communicating with you, or sending you stuff about, you'll be delighted, like, oh my goodness, this is my child. Like, you'll be so happy about it. But if that is not the case, then you cannot have any kind of conversation with that kind of a child, right? You cannot. How do communicate back to the child? Is it the child first communicate to you? And that's how God is. He wants us to have sweet communication with Him. He wants us to consistently talk to Him. He wants us to ask Him for every single step we want to take in life. He wants us to always talk to Him about it, so that He can order our step. He can guide us. He can tell us what if we should go ahead. He can tell us to back out. He can tell us, what He thinks about that situation. So it's very, very important that we make Him the author and the finisher of our faith. It's very, very important that we let Him know that, God, you are the omega of my life, you're the alpha of my life, and I'm depending my life on you. I'm putting my life, I'm depending on you. My everything, my children, my spouse, everything that I have, I'm just putting you as a caretaker of everything. So that will make it to really step in, open secrets to us, and help us to break things down so that we don't make mistakes in life. So it's very, very important, guys. Guys, let me know in the comment section below if there is anything that you think that, you did ask God for, like you didn't ask God to direct order your step, and you're like, I wish I had spoken to God about this. Let me know in the comment section below. I would really love to read everyone's comments about this particular topic. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and as usual, I leave you all in the hand of Almighty God. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.